Good evening, Andy and Amanda. How are you tonight?
Full.
Yeah, very full. We had a big tea.
Yeah, we had we're not going to name the firm, Colleen, because I know you don't like us doing that for food. But Amanda can name the actual product. She got an order to that this afternoon, didn't you?
We had something called burger dogs.
And
Nice, interesting.
do you know what they are? Do you know what they are, Colleen?
What is it?
Amanda?
They're like burgers, but in the shape of big, thick hot dogs.
Interesting. But they look good.
They were very good.
They were bigger than I thought. I had to start cutting them up to fit them in the hot dog buns.
Yeah, they caught us out. They were, obviously, we can't name the firm they were from, obviously, but you can soon find them. They're quite easy online. But they were very nice, actually, weren't they, Amanda?
Yeah.
Yeah, it tasted like eating like a beef burger, basically, in the shape of a hot dog.
Brilliant.
That's why I said it was interesting stuff. Interesting. So, what have you been eating today, Colleen? Anything unusual? Anything to report?
Nothing unusual, but I have my own bread because I've been making my bread for years. Because
Tell me about that.
Home economics. After doing home economics, you make bread there, you make pizzas, egg Benedict. No, we didn't do egg Benedict. Well, we did poached eggs, the Bakewell tarts, all those I make myself.
Yeah. I always remember making apple pie from mum and dad.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, but did you ever give your mum more? I don't think that was alive still then. Have food poisoning from apple pie.
No, I gave my parents, gave my mum and my stepfather the apple pie, and they liked it.
They didn't like mine. They were ill for 2 days.
This is why I do all the cooking.
Yeah, the word is disaster in areas springs to me sometimes, definitely so. Right, anyway, Colleen, we've got a couple of things I want to talk to you about tonight, okay? Right, Amanda, we've got some joint news first, haven't we, Colleen? We've not told her yet.
Yeah.
I don't think we've told you, Colleen, our joint news is September, have we?
That's the poetry.
No, this isn't creative at all. This is personal. When there's nothing hiding this because people know about this right now. But we're going to try and get married in September.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations! Oh, you've been saying this for years. Well, not for years, but for a long time.
It should have happened last year for us to do this one, but you can blame COVID for that one. It delayed us. So, but I've been on the phone today to the registry office over in Sale, near where my mum and dad live, and I've got to speak tomorrow to the one in Tameside. I've got to do a present. You're doing it out your area. There's some people worth knowing this because Sale is like South Manchester. We live in Denton, which is like East Manchester. And it's a tip list. If you're ever going to get married, you've got to go and present yourself to your local registry office. Tell them you're doing it out of the area. And they told me at the sale fair, it's not a problem doing it, but I've got to go and speak to them first of all, check what I need to bring with us, and then we can book a date in for one and sell.
That's exciting news because it's also just after COVID, so it's like a big celebration. Because really, when we came out of lockdown just now, we started thinking about Christmas songs. Some shops, like a big superstore, is opening up its Christmas gifts and aisles to celebrate Christmas now because we didn't celebrate it.
Oh, I don't know that. Oh, excellent. No, I don't know. I don't say it's a good idea. It's a very good idea for people to do that. No, it's certainly you're finding as well, Colleen, that some families are actually, I know a couple of examples of these people I work with, and meeting up with the full families in the next month or so to actually celebrate Christmas. And we're actually, Colleen, don't mind mentioning this, I don't think, about your mum. No, we're going to be meeting up with Amanda and most of our family over the weekend because in one of the cases, Amanda's not seen her sister, so younger sister, since what?
18 months.
18 months now.
I've not seen my mum since last July.
So it's been 10 months for a mum. So we've got that coming up this weekend coming. So it's, and then we're also doing Colleen on Sunday. This isn't the big news yet either. We're actually doing our first open air poetry gig on Sunday as well.
That's why I was saying September, because I remember you were saying you've got your open poetry gig. That's the reason why I thought of the open poetry gig.
Yeah, no.
You're doing a tour as well. You're doing a tour. Would you be doing a tour in September as well?
I don't know about that.
No, definitely do a tour.
I don't know. Watch your space anyway. So we don't know. We're not planned it. If we have, we're not planned it that far in advance. The big news for us, Colleen, is the night. So you know, like we run a poetry or literature open mic night in Manchester. And it's very, very highly regarded as well. is we've
That's
been over
right,
Zoom
yeah.
for the last 15 months, and we've had an offer come through last week to actually host it at a very respected bar in South Manchester. And
Double congratulations.
yeah, it's been a pretty good day today. And I went over there today to meet up with the bar manager, with the guy I run it with, Steve. Amanda has to stop in today because she had a few bits to sort out. But they've given us a formal offer for it. And what's good about this one, Colleen, is, and if this is what people bear in mind if you ever run nights, they're actually talking about giving us money for it.
That is the best
And
news I've heard.
you don't get that. You don't get that at all. There's bars I know in Manchester that were
one of the
running
best
nights and
news.
stuff.
Yeah.
That used basically what they wanted the bar take-ins, and they would charge you for the room. This one, basically, they give us a room for free, and we get enough people coming in consistently. They'll start giving us cuts off it. So wait and see.
That's excellent news. And
Yeah,
especially today is COVID. Today is the first day of lockdown, free lockdown. So we don't have lockdown anymore. We just have COVID free, which means that, you know, like shoppers can eat in now.
Yeah. No, we noticed that. True, things are starting to change, because I noticed that when I was over in Chorlton today, where this bar is. I didn't tell you this, Amanda. It was weird because I was walking past like cafes and stuff, and you could actually see people all social distancing, but they were actually like eating. They were, and I sat there and I thought, God, this is weird. This.
Yeah, it's like the last stage of lockdown now, isn't it? Before everything gets lifted in June.
Yeah, if it does get lifted in June.
Hopefully.
They said so with that one. Colleen, we want to talk tonight about book publishing, didn't we? So now,
yeah. Before we go, and I will make sure you say it. It's just I've got it all noted down. But it's the first time in my life I've seen an actual customer eating in a high street chain shop, looking outside relieved. Like he just looks so relieved and like he can't believe it. I've never seen that before in a person's face. You know, that look of relief and full frustration all coming out and just airing itself.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's, I'll be honest, I felt it today myself. It was, well, the other trouble you've got to look at it, and when I was in Chorlton today, I was telling Amanda this before, I was walking round and I was a bit shocked actually how many shops, because Chorlton, South Manchester area district, is one of the most prosperous areas in Manchester, and there's a lot of shops that had shut down their doors. There were loads that weren't open, they're shut for good. So it's like, it's a relief in people. There's been a lot of rebuilding get done in society this next 6 months, year or so, definitely. So it's a good sign today. Even though the weather was popping around there, because it's been heavy raining clean around there all day today. And then and on the way back, the sunshine came out, so we can. So anyhow, clean.
I made a note. Yes, I made a note.
Some writing talk, didn't we today? So
yeah.
Now, if you're ever looking at obviously getting books published, and I don't want to go into too much detail. I'm not no technical term in companies. The most common one is obviously go directly through Amazon itself, and both me and Colleen have done them on Lulu as well. But Amanda does them on another website as well, don't you?
Drafted Digital. It used to be mainly ebooks, but now they're piloting the paperback book thing as well.
Right, tell us about Drafted Digital, Amanda. Why have you done some books with Drafted Digital?
I used to do exclusively to Amazon, and then I saw people were doing that from Drafts Digital, and it distributes it to like all the major ones, like Kobo, Apple, and the lots of ones that I've never heard of as well.
Yeah, and I said, is the distribution actually in some ways work better doing it for Drafted Digital? Do you find them?
I find most people still buy it from Amazon, but I have had sales from other places, so it's like any extra sales all helps, doesn't it?
Yeah. Which one is it that you have to pay some extra money for set it up? It's not Drafted Digital, is it?
No, I don't
Is
know.
Drafted Digital free to use, is it, if people want to use it?
Yeah, I don't know anyone that you've got to pay.
No, I'm getting mixed up, but yeah, that's right. Like I said, Drafted, like I said, it's what worth bearing in mind. Like I said, is the website quite easy to use, Amanda?
I think if you know how to use Amazon, I think it's easy to catch on.
Colleen, have you got any questions you want to ask Amanda about Drafted Digital?
Yeah, I'll let her know how I get on with it. I think I'm just going to look at that. It's just different ways of publishing. Lulu is really brilliant, but it's just that they're using a certain company that I'm quite hesitant to use because of their users, some of their users are really quite very difficult to understand. You know,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough. Again, people are wondering, obviously, we're not here to talk bad about the company. When we do book publishing, is that it doesn't hurt to be aware of other options and all these things and stuff like that. And have you ever published any other books the other ways, Amanda?
No, not really. There's a few where you can do free ones. I think there's one called Inkit that you don't get paid on there, but it's a way of building up readers so that when you do publish a book, you've got people waiting that might want to buy it.
Yeah, and there's plenty of that sort of blog sort of ways you do as well, like Wattpad and stuff like that. Isn't it?
I did use that for a bit, but I couldn't get my head around it. I know a lot of people have success with it, but I didn't.
Also, Colleen, something else Amanda's just got into last week, and I want to talk about this with Medium. Tell people a bit about Medium, Amanda.
You've got to pay $5 a month to be able to earn money on it and to read as many features as you want on there. And I'm just going to stick with it for a few months and just see how it goes, because they suggest it'll take a few months to build it up.
So Medium's like itself, it's like an online magazine, basically, isn't it? Like you pay to like subscription fee, don't
But
you?
I've had one article published today that's had 19 views in the space of about an hour, and then it occurred to me, maybe I should share it because then it'll get some more reviews.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
And
right.
I've also been accepted because they have publications on there as well, so you get more views if you get published for a publication. And I've had it accepted on one that's got a quarter of a million followers. So hopefully, even a small number of them reading it will get me some money.
Not bad going that, Colleen, is it? What do you do like on Medium? Is some anyone listening they best knowing about this? And I think I'm right, Amanda, when I say this.
You get paid per the amount of time that people spend reading your articles.
Yeah.
So if you've got a 1,000 word article, it might take maybe 7 minutes. And if you've got thousands of people reading it, it's all going to add up and you're going to get paid. But you've got to work hard to get to the point where you've got that many people reading.
Yeah, I think it's one of those pyramid sort of schemes. And it's not bad down from the company. It's the higher up you go, the more you can basically in it. So you have to get.
It's because everyone's going to pay the membership, and then there's only going to be a few that earn lots of money, and everybody at the bottom isn't going to earn money. But I also get lots of advice from reading the articles that I've put into practice as well. So I think of it as just buying a magazine every month. That's how much a magazine would cost me to buy.
Yeah, true. You think about it really, because a magazine costs you £5 or £6, can't it? Yeah. So yeah, definitely. So I look, Colleen, I hope we're up to
very useful information.
Yeah, it's worth knowing about, because like I said, it's not something I knew a lot about, to be honest with you, until Amanda got involved with it. So it is good news. So like I said, but it's worth certainly for the persevering, definitely. So anyway, Colleen, what have you got coming up this week then?
So this week, let me have a look now. So, yeah, too much. We've got a new song, brand new song by the opera company that I'm the choir in. And I've been listening to the song all the time. Sorry, it's just that when I've just had a drink, but when I don't have one for a while, my throat gets dry. And we've got a new song for Windrush 2021. It's in celebration of Windrush Day, and it's a really good song, composed by a really talented composer. And I've been listening to the music quite a lot, as much as I can. We've got the choir coming up tonight, and they were on air this morning. I was trying to use Zoom on the radio, but in this new studios, I can't seem to get the button. Like I press on the guest talkback button, nothing happens. I can't hear them, they can't hear me. So I have to click on the volume up fader, and they still couldn't hear anything. So I said, well, then we'll just have to do it by phone, because I didn't really want to let them go not having the discussion. And they were brilliant. They just gave as much information in the best possible way. It was so well structured, really nicely done.
Excellent.
The volume and the sound back was good. I thought, because I was using a phone for the first time, I wasn't sure how it's going to sound, but it was fine. It was like talking to someone over the phone. And now I know what to do. If I have a phone next time, I'll just put the volume up or something, but I know what to do. But it's so tricky, Zoom. If you're using a deck, it's really tricky, because if you don't know which button to press, then
Colleen, sorry about that. It's 15 minutes.
Oh, enjoy the rest of the week.